In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. It won't stop on each block. How many mothers got buried their child? Yo, bro, you want this Glock? Nah, die in my style. I rather chill back, get money. Why you shooting for? Y'all ain't Curry.
In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. Violence spread like waves from a raindrop. It goes 1 shot, 2 shot, rest stop. No get back. Cause in my neighborhood we pop like we can't stop. The hood mine like y'all upon the head top. That's why I keep on praying and I keep on saying and I keep on singing to the beat like.
In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. 1 shot, 2 shots, let's stop. In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. 1 shot, 2 shots, let's stop. In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. 1 shot, 2 shots, let's stop. In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. 1 shot, 2 shots, let's stop.
In my neighborhood, all I hear is gunshots. 1 shot, 2 shots, let's stop. Drugs all over under the ground, guns, people crying, putting one another down. People every day do crazy things, buying fancy cars and diamond rings. They have nothing to show for themselves. You down on the inside with that bad health. I wonder what the world can do. I have no idea, not even a clue. I look at that paper and I see someone dead. They laying on the stretcher like it was a bed.
Okay, except for our little Pokemon Go expedition earlier in the show, we've been dealing with different approaches to social justice today. And in this next segment, we're keeping that going. Urban Art Beat. Art Start and a whole lot of partner organizations are bringing teenagers to Harlem. A lot of them are from Brooklyn, by the way, for what's called Hip Hop Summer Camp for Social Justice.
Well, this year's camp slogan is keeping the peace from the home to the streets. And here to tell us what that means exactly and what these young people will actually be doing are Lauren Kelly Benson. She's the assistant director and site lead for the camp. Welcome to BK Live. And we also want to welcome the artistic director, Spiritchild. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Lauren, let's start with the purpose behind the camp. What was the purpose behind it, and why do you think it's important?
The camp is, it's 1 week intensive of developing. Actually, the video that we just watched is an example of this work.
So, 1 week?
Wow.
That is intensive.
Very impressive.
Right.
Like 1 week later?
Yeah. So, yeah, they learn to make a beat, write rhymes, record, design the music video, and shoot the music video all in a week. The theme, keeping the peace from the home to the streets, is pretty broad because to answer your question, what makes it important, we lead the youth through the process of discovering what's important to them, what they want to say, how they want to say it, and I think that's an incredibly important thing in this day and age, for sure. Yeah.
Of course. Spirit, I want to learn more. I want to learn about your role with the camp and also why you think, such a camp is important, especially this summer in 2016 with everything that's going on.
Oh, yeah. We need to nurture a space for critical thought to guide a process of creativity and expression. And our process through our pedagogy is very youth-centered, as Lauren was saying. So right now, last year or the year before, it was gun violence, police brutality. And obviously, these things keep popping up. But with the groups and the partners that we have this year, it may be a little different or may be added upon, depending on what their interest is. But most likely, we'll probably get some of the same themes reoccurring.
So Lauren, walking in the door, you've got a week. I'm still stupefied by the fact that it takes us a week to do. But what is the process like? Just walking in the door, you get the young people. It's day one. How do you even begin to unpack a lot of this and redirect them into a different avenue?
Yeah, well, we use critical revolutionary hip-hop pedagogy is what we call it. It's based in theater of the oppressed and pedagogy of the oppressed. And you can probably speak more to the process.
Yeah, the process is very communicating through videos, through music, lyrics, anything that is already relatable to them, we bring out. So we're just facilitating a process like I feel like most educational institutions should be doing anyway. We actually do that on the ground practically. And whatever their interests are, we dive deeper into it. We kind of coach them. We have icebreakers, fun activities. We move around, we dance, we laugh, we play games, and then we figure out what's coming out. Yeah.
What sort of games?
All of this, and all of this comes out from that. I wonder if they have a week and they're clearly acting with a sense of urgency. What do you see in them in just the week from the beginning to the end? You have to see just dynamic things happen over the space of that.
Yeah, you get a lot of nerves, a lot of shyness the first game, let's say. We're working with a group right now, and the first game I did with them was standing in a circle, say your name, and do a movement that shows me how you're feeling right now. It could be any movement, and I just keep saying, don't think too hard, don't think too hard. And I got a lot of, and I was like, oh, did you guys see their movement? Like, they're shrugging. And by the end of the first session, I think when they realize that we've created a safe space for them, that there's zero wrong answers, that we're just here to express ourselves, and that anything that comes out of you is truth and is what you need to say in this moment. I think in realizing that, they already start to loosen up by the end of day one. They already start to feel excited to come back into the space that's safe, which I think you were saying is very different from the educational experiences that they have in general. So. Yeah, they loosen up and they get really excited to start expressing pretty quickly.
Yeah. And one important thing to add to that is the community agreements that we have, which is ownership of the space. So in most institutions, like, the rules are created for them, and we're like, what do you want? What guidelines do you want to lead this room? And I think from the first day, they already feel ownership, and this is my space. I don't want you to touch me. I don't want you to be on your cell phone. It's not us saying don't do these things. They're doing it themselves, so they feel more comfortable and confident.
And who are some examples of artists you use as examples for the campers who use social justice as a tool?
We range from J. Cole, Kendrick, Public Enemy,
Kendrick Lamar? I just got into him. No, you think I'm lying, but I'm into him.
to even pulling out some things that they may
4 years late.
Find more interesting. Is really difficult to find the themes, such as things like maybe Drake or things that are more popular that they might not be accustomed to, but we're trying to find and pull those things out without forcing them to hear things that we like.
And we've been using, like, we can take a really popular hip-hop trap video and unpack it and have them see it kind of in a new way, because I think they're so used to just, like, guns and violence and you know, objectifying women. Yeah, that to look at it in the context of, well, what are we seeing? Well, what are they actually saying with this image? And you can see some of them go,
Yeah, it's very important, right? Because a lot of people might think they have, I mean, even at a young age, might think they have kind of media filters going, but they really don't. I mean, unless they're really exposed to sort of special ways of filtering it. So when and where is the camp? How do people maybe get involved?
It's actually at YoSOS. This year's going to be in Brooklyn, which is 267 Kingston in Crown Heights. And we're starting the camp from the 21st until the 28th.
This month.
Of August. Sorry, apologies. The days are mixing up and mixing for me as well. It's really important for us to train the teachers and the mentors or the teaching artists. So we have those days inserted as part of the summer camp. So we have about 3 days of professional development, and then doing the critical revolutionary hip hop pedagogy, then working with the youth. And then we have a performance for Nicholas Hayward. His son was murdered by the police years ago, who was 13 years old in Gowanus. So we're doing our annual kind of block party celebration there to have the youth perform on the 27th of August in Gowanus.
How many young people are going to run through this time for the program?
About 25.
yeah.
We hope.
So to keep the money people happy, who have been your partners on this and keep the lights on out there?
Yeah, well, YoSOS is one of our partners, youth organizers for Save Our Streets. Community or Diaspora Community Center is a health organization that's one of our partners this year.
And we also have Art Start as well, which will be our recording day on the 28th. We're bringing the youth to Manhattan to record at their facility. And of course, you know, Urban Art Beat will be on the ground with the mentors working with the youth.
Well, I have late breaking news that we would love to premiere the video whenever you guys get ready. So bring it back home to the BRIC House so we can put it up on the screen at the end of the summer. That would be phenomenal.
Thank you.
So please come back. Best of luck with the camp.
Thank you so much.
Spirit, thank you very much for being on BK Live. We'll see you when you come back to premiere the video.
Yes.
Thank you.